I love how on League subreddit right now there are 3 threads about Fearless Draft. Fearless Draft needs to stay. Fearless in Pro. Fearless Draft should be the default drafting system for best of 3 and best of 5 series in all major leagues and tournaments. Oh, lay people are finally converting. And then I open the thread. And then I open the thread and I read the most dogshit comment ever. Fearless has immense issues in right now. Okay, that's it. Instead of actually forcing in new champions into competitive, teams are simply reverting to old metas. Okay, what's the source on this? We just made it up? How do you know they're reverting to old meta? How do you know these are just not the things they would pick when those champs are out? Like, you don't, just pure speculation. Adaptability is actually down. No more FlyQuest Iron shenanigans. It happens once, your opponent takes it and that's it. Game over. No need to adapt anymore to weird last meta picks. No more Bean Jacks. Just take it from him and don't need to think about it anymore. Okay, and? They could have done that before as well. Like, that's such a flawed logic. They could have done that in the old format as well. They could just take Bean Jacks and then there's no more Bean Jacks by that logic, right? That is just so... Like, it's just so bizarre how we say this when it's just not the case. Do you want to see a player on their 15th preferred pick that they maybe have not even practiced in years or in scrims? Or do you want to see them on the number 1 pick they play and can go 100% on? Okay, but this is just an issue you're describing with the player. Player champion pools aren't that deep in Pro. Oh, player champion pools aren't deep in Pro, but Pro players can literally pick up Mel 3 days after the champ is released. Right? Literally, 3 days after the champ is released, they can pick up Mel in competitive. But the champion pool is not deep, right, Kappa? Like, it's just so wrong. Like, so wrong. So wrong. If that comment gets upvoted, I'll lose my mind. I like Fearless, you're misrepresenting his second point. No, I'm not, because he says adaptability is down, but with Fearless Draft, adaptability is up. In every single case. There's just so many more variables and scenarios you need to account for. Adaptability is actually up, no matter how you look at it. There's just so many more champions you can pick, and so many more interactions. There's no misrepresentation, he's just flat out wrong, and so are you if you don't think so. Tracks in a series, it would either require picking it 5x or banning it 5x. Now you just have to pick it once and it's done. Okay, and so what? And so what? Like, it's a small price to pay for a much greater reward. It should, like, you know, it's a small price to pay. The upsides are much greater than the downside you're describing. You know, like, it should be, like, how do I say it, like, it's Bean's job to be able to play multiple champions. It's Bean's job to be able to adapt to different circumstances. He's a professional player. He's being paid to do so. You know? So like... For serious, I just don't. You binge Jax for one game, but I don't see the point of watching it more than a one game. For serious, I just don't. It's much more impressive to be able to show your skill on so many different champions than to just lock in the same champ over and over again and then beating people with the same champion. I much prefer the first option. Faker wouldn't be Faker if he was only known for one champion. Faker is Faker because he's known for like 50 champions.
The warmth of the desert calls me home.